Hey, what's up, yo? This is 50 Cent. This right here is more interesting than a lot of things that I've heard in the last. Like, I haven't been intrigued by a person's conversation or information given to me in quite some time. So I want you to pay really close attention to what I'm saying and what you're actually hearing at this point. And I want to introduce you to somebody else that you may not be acquainted with right now. You might not know who she is right now, but you will know her very shortly and very well, because she has a great story, and eventually you will read it in a new book. You know? So I want to introduce you to everybody. Say hi to people.
Hello, hi, I'm Tia, the mother of Rick Ross's son. Here I am, here's my story. I mean, it's sort of embarrassing to me, you know, because as you listen to his raps, you would definitely believe him, but I mean, it was surprising that he would sit there and say he spends $200 a month on food, $300 a month on clothes. His jewelry is rented.
Cause I go where these other niggas can't go. $2 million worth of jewels on.
You know, possibly not real. His cars are being leased. He don't know where the money came from to put a down payment on a $1 million home. And you know, it's just sad, you know, and I just want to prove the facts today here on This Is 50. It's all real, coming from Tia.
Yeah. So, before you get confused in any way, like, Rick also has a baby mother who's currently working as a call girl. He has a daughter by Brooke, right there. Can you see that? This is like the adult. This is like where you can find really exclusive whores. Let me ask you a question. Did you know Rick while he was working in law enforcement?
He was a correction officer.
So we're clear he was a correctional officer?
Yes, he was. I moved in with him when I found out I was pregnant with William III, and basically cleaning up the home, and so happens to find handcuffs and letters showing that he stepped down from the position. And I asked him about it, you know, of course he denied it, which his sister confirmed it and told me that he was a correction officer, and you know, that's what it was. Yeah, last week, Wednesday, actually, we were at my attorney's office in Fort Lauderdale, and we had a deposition. June of this year will be 2 years that the child support case has been open. I guess he was threatened by being held for contempt, and he finally showed up to the deposition. William was being questioned by my attorney, Ileana. I mean, they're very, interesting questions as far as his living status. And William is in daycare, and he has to be picked up before 6 p.m. So I asked the attorneys, can we wrap it up at least about 5 so that I can have time to leave for Fort Lauderdale to reach Miramar to pick up William from school. By then we wrapped it up. I left out of the attorney's office, exited to the parking lot, and the truck was gone. I've been driving it for a little over 2 years. I was very surprising that he would take the truck. I went back in the office and I let the attorney know that the truck was gone. By that time, it's about 5:40 now. And my friend girl had to come and pick me up from the attorney's office. So right now I don't have a car. You know, I have to have someone to pick me up, take the kids to school, pick them up, bring them home, and chauffeur me around.
The whole story is interesting. First, I want to thank you guys for actually coming out. She flew from Florida out here to meet with me so we can actually talk. And you'll be seeing more of me and her later. Look at this. Boy 50. This is another day in life. This is Rick Ross and his mom. See, his mom's look like the Nutty Professor. I need jackets, but I need...
I'm good. So you getting ready?
Too thick because
So you get ready.
In Miami weather. In the evening time, like where you can go out. Why the music so low? Ross, sucker.
How do you dispel the rumors when people say, oh, she's a gold digger, an opportunist? As soon as Rick Ross was down, she, completely just kicked him like everybody else. How do you respond to those people?
I mean, they're on the outside looking in, they don't know what I went through to get to this point, so that's why they're going to have to go get the book, read it, and see what made me come to this point.
Exactly. Okay. And I completely agree with you, because I'm going to be honest with you. When I first saw the footage, I was one of those people. I was like, wow, I was like, oh, she should have stood by her man and never let that type of thing get between them. But then I kind of sat back and I looked at the situation. I was like, you know what? I see where she's coming from. I understand why she's doing what she's doing. In the book, you described a situation where you got into with Rick's mother.
Yes.
Let everybody know what led up to that, because I'm sure you're a very sweet woman.
Yes.
Very sweet disposition. For someone to dislike you, they either just have to really dislike themselves, or it's just something major has to have popped off.
Well, she always thought that I wasn't the perfect woman for her son. She's very overprotected of her son, and she just always gave me her butt to kiss, and I'm a woman, I'm not going to let anybody's mom come into my household and try to control my household, I'm a woman.
Right. Did Rick at any point try to defend you or have your back at all?
Of course not. That's his mom. I guess he felt like you can always find another girlfriend, but you can never get another mom.
The Brooke situation. I remember hearing you say that you were like a mother to her daughter.
Yes.
So where did that situation kind of turn around for you?
It kind of turned around when Ross got his deal. She started being a bugaboo and threatening him with child support and things like that. And I think it was with her being in the picture before me, so of course him and his mom took her side and just left me out.
Yeah. So like because I can only imagine like feeling neglected. Like what were you feeling like at that moment? You had your kids and just
I just felt like he betrayed me. He betrayed me. I was his girl. I was his ride or die chick. I was there for him when he wasn't Rick Ross. You know. And I felt like, I was supportive of everything that he was about, and he just turned his back on me.
Wow.
It's been about 2 years I've been thinking about writing this book. My life was a struggle by itself and a story by itself without Rick Ross. I've experienced a lot of things in my life, and you'll find that in the book when you read it.
Yeah.
So it wasn't just because I met Rick Ross and he became this rapper or whatever. It's not like he was a somebody, I've always been a somebody.
What's going to make your book set out amongst everyone else that has tried to do this before? It's
going to let women know. I mean, not just single mothers, but all women know it's time to take control. It's time to stand up, for who you are. It's time for women, us as women, to take control.
Was there anything that you wanted to put in the book that you kind of skated around or decided not to put in there for just your own personal reasons, or because you didn't want, you know, Rick or anyone else's business to kind of be put out there like that?
No, I gave it my all.
Oh.
I gave it all.
Okay, that makes it even better. I don't know if you guys know. Well, if you get the chance to meet Tia, she's beautiful. She's like 5 foot everything, slender, beautiful woman.
Thank you.
Oh, please. So why haven't you ever thought about maybe like modeling or acting?
Well, right now that's in the making for me.
Hey.
I'll be in a few movies.
Okay.
I'm on the cover of Straight Style magazine,
Right.
and I'm also going to be on the cover of Smooth magazine. And I just did the depth interview with MTV Tim Cash. So
Yeah,
look
that's
out for
huge.
that. You know, I have a lot of things on the table right now.
Tia is not an opportunist baby mama trying to get over. She is taking care of her kids, taking care of her business, making money, and not taking no for an answer.
Exactly.
You can't not respect that.
Exactly.
How does it feel to be making hip hop history right now? Because this situation is going down in the hip hop history books everywhere.
It feels great. I mean, it's a blessing. It feels great.
Yeah.
It feels great.
Cool. All right. Well, thank you so much, Tia, for
And
sitting
thank
down
you.
with me. You're awesome.